it's Monday again. We're on our way out to do a few service calls on some outboards and see what else we can get into today. What we got here is a 40 horse Tohatsu that seems to have an issue. It doesn't want to start or turn over. Kind of sounds a little locked up to me. Let's see. If you don't own one of these, you need to. Alright, moment of truth. Not locked up yet. Alright. Sorry, it's hard to hold the camera up and do this at the same time. Put that out of our way. Unplug that. I think we still got a bolt up in there. There. Alright. That's out. They put the starter in a terrible place. So I took it out and bolted it where I could get to everything and show you what it's doing. That's all it does. So I took my test light. Obviously, we have power coming in. This is the ignition wire, so that should be working. Let's test it and see. Sorry, I'm trying to hold the phone and do this at the same time. Okay, that's working. Next thing to be tested is going to be the wire that actually goes to the starter that comes out at the other side of the relay. Alright, so what I've determined is the starter's bad. I don't have one on the truck. And I don't think it's worth taking apart to try to fix. So I believe we're going to go locate him a new one. And put all the bolts back where they go. We got his battery unhooked so he doesn't cause a fire. We'll stick that up underneath there. I'm getting some plastic and some rubber in case he decides to hook it back up for some reason. Till we can get a starter for it, I believe we're done with this project. On to the next one. Alright, this boat has a problem with the ground. When he's running, turns his running lights on, or when it's real humid outside, he sees these lights start to bleed through, which this one's on right now because the automatic bilge pump's running. From a quick look at the boat, that ground looks pretty nasty. So we're going to take that off and see if we can't clean it up and see if we can't find any other kind of problems. Alright, one thing we found, always look for, main power switch. Cable's loose. Everything to do with one of these Nordic Stars when I'm working on it. So I take this seat out of the way. It takes a few minutes, and it really opens up a big area to be able to see stuff. And then if you want to see better, you open this up and it gives you some light. We had some pretty nasty problems right here. You can see this thing's all corroded. Disgusting. So we're gonna clean it up. Probably gonna clean the positive side up too. Figure out where this wire goes. That's a bush wire. Leave it in the bush in case you need it for something later. Alright, I forgot to video the last part of that job, but I think we cleaned up the grounds and it seemed to stop bleeding through. We're going to let the customer take it and fish with it for a few days. He's a fishing guide, so he'll get a workout. And he's going to let us know if it actually took care of the problem or if we need to put some more work into it. Alright, what we're doing is an impeller job on this little motor. I got most of the bolts out already. Try to save some time. Take the last two out. We're going to take it to the truck. Bolt. And it's off. Alright, we got the lower unit in our gear case stand. This isn't in too bad a shape. You can see the difference between the new one and the old one. Line her back up on the keyway. Put a little bit of lube. Gasket's in good shape. Most of the time on these little motors, this goes pretty well. Make sure you find the crankshaft, and we're back in. Alright, we got the lower unit bolted back down. Important when you do this, make sure your lower unit and your tiller are in the same gear, and you run your link coupler back together. Next, we're going to change the oil filter. Try to slide something down in here so it doesn't make a huge mess. Alright, slide the new filter back on. I like to put them hand tight where they're not too hard to get off when you change the oil again. want to trim them level. That's how you check the oil in them. Make sure you got them right. This motor should hold about 3 quarts, 3.5 quarts. Close. All right, she's full. I use bulk air lube. This fancy bug sprayer. It's a little cold this morning, so it might take a little while, but this sure beats sitting here pumping that thing for 10 minutes. There's our oil. Alright, the last thing I do before I call it a day and go home is I make sure the dipstick's back in and the oil cap's back on. We double check our shifter. All the bolts are tight. I pulled this out even though I used the extractor so that I could double check, make sure everything was out of it because the oil was really nasty in this motor. Oil filters nice and hand tight. So we're going to put the cowling back on and go to the next project. We're going to do a full service on this 200 Honda. I'm not a Honda guy. Hondas aren't very popular in our area. Therefore, we don't mess with many of them. Bolts are tight enough, that's for sure. Okay, that off. I'm going to replace the base gasket. Place the base gasket the right direction. Okay. Put our rear plate back. Dig us a little grease out. We'll put our new O-ring in. It's pretty. Alright, this one. Put a little grease on the impeller. A little grease on the shaft. Okay, other than being extremely heavy, we got that back on. And that is a water pump repair kit installation on a 200 Honda 4-stroke. First one I've ever done. The oil extractor doesn't work on the Honda, so we're having to take it out manually through the hole in the bottom. That's what that means. And make a mess. All right, our next order of business, we're gonna change the oil filter. It ain't been off there in a while. Sometimes these make a terrible mess and sometimes they just come off. Oh, we're gonna make a mess with that one. Okay, we're gonna try. Ain't no easy way to do this. Slide an oil pad up under it and hope it catches some of it. That came out pretty fair. Okay. Now onto the fuel filter. Okay. One came loose. That one came loose. Didn't want to, but it did. One more. Cross your fingers. All right. We're home free. That's it. Now we got it out of there. It's dirty. See the difference between a new one and one that's been in there for too long. Motor probably performed better than that. Let's check and make sure we don't have no leaks. All right, no leaks. Put it back together. Through there. This is the water sensor that I'm plugging back in. Okay, let's start by pulling the coil packs off. Wonder what's up inside there. That's how far your spark plug is up in there. You really need 3 hands and 4 feet. All right. Spark plugs are back. So we don't put it in a bind. Like next time we do one, we know that we have to unplug the coil wires right off the bat to get the coils back in. Oh, always start your bolts by hand. Never start them with a tool. Good way to strip out a hole. Last but not least, we need to trim the motor level. We need to put the oil back in. Okay, I did some research online. Like I said, this is the first Honda that I've ever serviced. Not real popular around our area, so a lot of people don't have them. Couldn't really find a Honda brand oil that was available, so we're just going to put some 10W30 Yamalube in it. It seems to run fine in the Yamaha, so this would not be a problem. Okay, this still wants about a quart. All right. I'm going to put the oil cap back on and I'm going to pick this project up a little bit, do my inspection on it, and then we have to go inside and change a pull rope on something. Alright, I didn't get the last 2 projects on video because the wind was just blowing so bad I couldn't hold the camera straight and do the job at the same time. They were out over the water. One was a Yamaha 250, complete service, water pump, gear lube, engine oil, filters, everything. And the other one was a hydraulic steering helm that needed a reseal to put under the steering wheel and have the steering system bled. And sorry, my truck ride's terrible. Anyway, I didn't get to those, so this is probably going to be it. If you found this informative or you liked it, subscribe to it and like it, share it with your friends. I'm going to start trying to do this every week, at least get some of my jobs on video, so you can kind of see what we do, and may even help you do your own project. So anyway, thanks for watching.